Raphah Bethyah claims to be a Bible translator. However, if we look at the following clips, we can very easily see that Raphah cannot read Hebrew and does not know Hebrew grammar.
The scripture says, like in Shemot ben Yasarel, that is the names of the sons of Yasarel, which is called Exodus. In that book, Shemot ben Yasarel, Exodus 3, chapter 3, 14 and 15, it tells us that his name, that's Moses and the burning bush, and it tells us that his name is his name forever. And he doesn't call himself the great I am. The actual words there, and they are found in the Codex Leningradensis as well as 7,000 other manuscripts that deal with the Old Testament. Huya Ashar Haya. He who has always been Yah still is Yah.
Here is the passage straight from the Codex Leningrad that Raphah claims to read, Huya Ashar Haya. I have read all of Raphah's articles and watched all of his videos, and I have found that Raphah has been very consistent in one respect throughout his teachings. He is never reading the Hebrew text itself, but instead is using a Strong's Concordance and dictionary to determine what the Hebrew text says. Let me demonstrate exactly how he is doing this. If you go to Exodus 3 verse 14 and look up the phrase, I am that I am, Strong's will identify this as 3 Hebrew words. Strong's number 1961, Haya, which means to be, become, come to pass, exist. Strong's number 834, Asher, which means which, who, that. And again, Strong's number 1961, Haya, meaning to be, become, come to pass, or exist. When we put these 3 words together, we have Haya, Asher, Haya. And by just tweaking a couple of the vowels and splitting the first word into 2 words, we have Raphah's claim that this is Huya Ashar Haya. So far this sounds somewhat reasonable, but only to someone who doesn't know Hebrew. You see, Strong's dictionary only provides the base word. It never identifies the prefixes and suffixes that are attached to that base word. Now, most people are not aware of this, and evidently neither is Raphah. Here again is the passage from the Codex Leningrad, which is translated in the King James Version as I am that I am. Notice the aleph in front of both base words Haya. Since Raphah can't read Hebrew, he does not know that these prefixes even exist. Now, these alephs identify the subject of the verb Haya as first person, I, and completely changes how the words are pronounced. If one is reading the Hebrew text from the Codex Leningrad, they would see that it is Ehya Asher Ehya, not Haya Asher Haya or Huya Asher Haya.
There is no Hebrew word Bereshit. It does not exist. The word is Reshit. Look it up in Strong. There is no word Bereshit. The scholars invented that word because they had to figure out what the Genesis began with, and so all the translators say in the beginning. Well, Reshit is in the beginning, but there is no word Bereshit. It starts with a bet.
According to Raphah, there is no such Hebrew word as Bereshit, and he claims that the first word in Genesis is Reshit. If we look up the word in Strong's, we do find, just as Raphah said, the word Reshit. And if you go through Strong's from beginning to end, you will never find the word Bereshit. However, as I mentioned previously, Strong's only gives the base word, not the prefixes and suffixes added to the base words. Now here is the first word of Genesis from the Codex Leningrad. The highlighted portion is the word Reshit, the very same word found in Strong's. But what is this in front of the word? It is the prefix b, which means in. The first word in Genesis is not Reshit, it is, in fact, Bereshit. From this, we can easily conclude that Raphah can't read Hebrew and is only using Strong's to teach Hebrew.
Bara means what? Come on, you Hebrew scholars. What? Bara. Creator. The creator. Everybody say, Bara? The creator. I'm going to learn Hebrew. Is that all right?
Here's another clue that Raphah doesn't know Hebrew. He is claiming that bara means creator. And if we look up the word creator in Strong's, we find that it is Strong's number 1254 and is identified as the word bara. However, this is just the base word, and each verb has multiple forms with multiple meanings. The call form, bara, means he created. The nifl form is nivra, and it means be created. It's the participle form, borei, which means creator. Again, Raphah has no understanding of Hebrew vocabulary or grammar. I have additional articles about Raphah Bethyah, the Yehuans, the original scriptures, and the Word of Yah available through our website, link below in the information section of this video.